only be attuned at nighttime. When in dim light or darkness, you can cast dancing light or light at will. The ring comes with 6 charges, and it gets 1d6 charges at dawn daily. One charge for fairy fire. 2 charges you can do ball of lightning. Depending on how many spheres you do, 1 through 4, it does extra damage. And then you can spend 1 to 3 charges, and you cast shooting stars. DC 15 dex saving throw, and if they fail, they take 5d4 damage per charge that you shoot out.
I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to be doing with that. All right. So as you do attune, what would you attuning be like? You're sitting there. You can step out of the little dome of comfort that Socrates has set up for you, but you do have these beautiful fairies around, and the darkness of the forest, as it feels like from this exact spot, has started to fade away.
So as I am attuning to it, I'm gonna sit next to Jessica. With my
Okay.
free hand, I'm going to like run my fingers through her hair, like a good mother would do. All along, looking up to the heavens, and pretty much like I'm talking to my God, showing him that I'm doing this in good faith and for him.
Sure, absolutely. You can actually feel, like as you were making that last little piece of like into entity toast, as if you were, the moon comes from outside of a cloud and shines very brightly on your spot. And you can see those stars that were almost frozen in this liquid metal begin to move, and you catch the gleam of the moon onto it. It feels like something that is now yours, something that you don't barely have to think about to act. Right. Anyone taking a watch tonight? Because that'll end this aspect, unless anyone else have any other things that you'd like to do.
I'd like to count, please.
Oh
One, two, three.
no! Socrates looks at you almost like was it? Oh, I forgot about you, Sir Count. Uh, what has what has made you want to do more than just count things, to actually fight in wars? So please put
Counting
your
is so much fun.
single-minded individual like that. Fantastic. Do you want to tell anything about your little bit your backstory, Senior Counts, or are you going to tell that upon the way?
Let us go ahead and keep Count Vellum Farfignugan's backstory a mystery for now.
I like it. Yep. So you guys are all able to settle in for a long rest. The fire crackles the whole night, never needing more firewood. The dome is nice and warm. It even keeps off the evening mist, but makes a beautiful sheen on it as the fairies do surround it, giving small little lights that seem to, well, look like fairy lights in the real world. Uh, and you wake up the next morning.
How do I long rest from here?
Okay, you're going to go into your character sheet, and there should be at the top right a long rest button.
Yeah, so I'm not sure which character sheet you're looking at, but the one that I can see, there's the picture of your character, then there's your HP bar, and there's almost like a little guy in a bed, and there's a short rest and long rest icon once you hover over that. I'm not sure which sheet you're looking at, so
Yeah, I've got that one.
yeah. Wait.
Yep, long rest.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is all new stuff for all of us, so trying to find the buttons, trust me, is a
And of course, he was counting sheep in his sleep.
all right. All
Ah, ah, ah.
right, the next day arises, and the dome seems to collapse on its own without much ado. The fire goes out. Oh, is it fine if I travel with you, or must I go my way?
Headed in the same direction.
All right, so you guys start walking back to the village itself. You go through the forest, which was dark and dreary. Always a moment of repose per every turn that you made. This, even though you're going down the same path and you've seen the same settings and going over the same bridge, you can just feel it revitalizing itself. It was like it was desperately waiting for whatever over present feeling that you have now taken care of to be lifted, and it breathes again, getting back to your treetop forge. All right. You guys approach, and again, the two angry guards are sitting outside. Who goes there? Hello? Who are you? Oh. Ah, you've not died. Fantastic. Good. Why do you have a child?
We're bringing her to Grammy Thistle.
Hold on. Is everyone able to drop onto the map? I don't see anybody.
Because you got to drop them on. So you just go into the actor tab.
There's that.
Yep. The one with the 3 buttons on the side. Other side. Other side of your screen. Looks like the old MSN.
Fail.
No, you're not.
It's the 3 peoples.
Yeah. So on your screen, it's the 4th icon over. Looks like 3
Aha.
people.
Yes.
So click on that. And then the green folder, Rob's Amazing One Shot. If you open that, that's where all
Just
the
drag it
characters
in.
are.
Cool,
And then just
cool.
drag 'em in.
All right. New button learned. I forget the count. Okay, can you all see the map?
Yes, but just trying to adjust the screen. Still trying to get used to it and found how to do it in Foundry.
Right click and you can drag the whole map.
Oh, there
and
you
then
go. That's
scroll
right.
will zoom you in and out.
Thank you.
Yep. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Sure.
Oh, well, I got it. I just put it up on YouTube because I know you Twitch and Facebook are already taken care of.
I was trying to do YouTube, but my OBS said no.
Okay.
All right, getting back to the who is this girl?
Who's asking this?
Oh, sorry, the guard. Wrong voice. So I did bring a guard. Like, what is she for? Like, is she the witch or?
Well, we're not sure.
No, we killed her.
Yeah, we're taking her to Grammy Thistle.
I've noticed that there's quite a difference in the weather today. Is that all of your guys' working?
Yeah, must be.
Bring down the harness! And he points up, and down comes the litter for the wonderful Bruce.
Cephaly is honestly a magnificent contraption.
Right, going up the hand-drawn elevator, watching Bruce swing like a pendulum as he has before, landing up top.
Quite embarrassing.
I'm trying to hide a little bit of the laugh.
Yeah, right. It is with the sturdiness of face that he has, like as he's going up, there's definitely it's an amusing sight for the group. Bringing you all up to here.
If only we had an artist who could do a portrait of this.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
If you are a fan listening to the chat, that is definitely an image I want to see. Bruce Lee's being brought up to a horse in a litter, being hauled. All right. The village is very much like it seems. A good feeling of just general release seems to be going through. Happy people. This always was a happier village, just being surrounded by darkness. You can hear the crackle of giant fires in the same middle pit. And Bruce, the same guy that helped you out of the litter, is there. So what happened? Oof. There you go. That was expected.
Sorry, I'm new to this.
No, so like, what was there? What was causing the fog? What did you find? He says this as he's
Evil.
taking off the thing down your hooves.
Hey, who's this?
The same guy that gave you a bunch of compliments the first time that you were here. Yeah, one of the guards. He hasn't ever.
Let me first speak with Grandma Thistle.
Of course.
Okay.
You can find her right in the middle column where you had the conversation with her last time.
So yeah, we'll go to Grandma Thistle.
Person who's not on the map is
Is Birdman here? Where is Birdman?
He's come up to you. He goes, "How quaint, living in trees. Feel very comfortable."
I'm
Right.
trapped.
I am
You're
trapped. Can you move me?
You're
Yeah,
stuck
I'm
in-
colliding with walls.
oh, everybody's stuck. Oh dear. Okay.
Hold on, I can move you.
Oh, there we go.
All right, now you're in the trees. Now you're on the thing. There we go. Anybody else having problem moving? All right. The joyous fire once again brings you. You remember the last time being here, having a wonderful festival, and just how, for as little as they have, when you brought in that huge side of pork, pretty much a dead wild hog. What a wonderful time that they gave you. You see nothing but smiles from the people going around their daily tasks, definitely knowing that you had something to do with their new fortune. Jeremy Thiffa comes out and locks the door behind her when she had from her hat. Oh, welcome back. You seem to be unharmed for the most part.
For the most part, yes.
No.
We have acquired some companions on the way. This is Socrates, a bird person, and Jessica. I believe she's a human child, but Socrates here thinks she might have hag lineage.
Yes, maybe she's hushes Socrates with a hand gesture, walks up very gnomish, almost meeting him eye to eye. They're about the same height. She pokes him with his walking stick. Haven't seen your type before. I'm not exactly a Kanku, and you're not exactly an ancestor of anything else I've seen. You seem to be an actual bird. How is this possible? And she looks over to you guys for explanations. And you, young lady.
I shrug.
What do you say?
I shrug.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Why don't you come with me? You look starved. She puts her hand towards Jessica's back, and can anyone who would make a perception roll?
Yeah. I also am curious, what the since the fog has lifted, do they look like they have game and everything?
Oh yeah, almost immediately, like spring erupting. The what was downtrodden and almost graying leaves on all the trees instantly have a vitalization. Especially someone being so connected to the forward, you can hear birds chirping now. You can hear just the wonderful undercurrent of what it is to be within nature.
So it was almost instantaneous.
Yeah, almost erupting from the soil itself. Whatever was bogging down this area has lifted. Larger game, of course, will take longer to come back into this area, but the sounds of nature is you can almost.
I mean, yeah, and small game too is probably a decent meal for.
Yeah. It actually sounds alive here now.
Yeah, right. That is Thanksgiving. I mean, the quarter shit is quite an offering. I mean, you brought the one large boar, you fed the
Yeah,
so,
the whole village, and then
yeah.
some. I'm sure a single rabbit would feed a family.
Most definitely. But being so connected to nature as you are, you do feel a rebirth, as it were, of that. All right, and we've got a perception of 20. Am I reading that right from Pete?
Yeah, 20.
Yep.
Or 19 was +1.
There you go. As you look down, you see her make a couple signs with her fingers as she puts her hand on the back of the child. It was really quick. You don't know a huge amount about magic, but you do know that it was specific and not a thing that you've seen her do before. Yes, yes, come sit. You seem starved. Poor thing. Poor thing. What
Okay.
is, yeah, what has happened to you? She sets the child down and like ushers over, not gruel, but like a soup, like a large cauldron in the center fire has been roaring. You smell, it seems to be vegetables, especially because this hasn't really been, completely cleared out yet. It's just like leek water with a little bit of carrot and maybe an onion in there, but just something that is nourishing. And she gives the child a bowl. So, are, did you grow up here, or what are your memories? She goes, I don't have any memories. I'm sorry. You guys keep on asking me this, and you said something about a hag, and I just, I was. All I know is I was in a tree, then you took me out of a tree, now you put me on top of a tree.
Sorry, Jessica. I know this is very stressful. Please just bear with us.
I'm bearing, but I'm
Confused.
I don't know how to answer the questions that you're asking me. I don't even know what is a hag, and why don't you like hags?
The woman that kept you seemingly against your will
Well, it's just
was
what
a hag. Hags are twisted creatures of the Fae, and they're dubious and always scheming.
she was always so nice to me. I mean, yes, sometimes she would, punish me, but it would, I got to take those amazing baths every day, and I feel great. And she let me draw on a lot of things, and
What were these baths?
I think you saw them, that green pool at home every day. I would
Every day. So the pool she speaks of, it seemed to be some good magical energy. I think it was the lifeblood of the Ent. And I believe
that.
the hag was having her bathe in it.
Well, she just said that cleanliness is apparently good to godliness. I didn't really know what that means, but
Well,
yeah,
normally
it
when we bathe,
was
we just use water.
yeah. Really, that sounds horrible. Stuff
Actually
you drink.
It's actually quite nice, especially when it's warm.
Ugh. I didn't even know they had warm water. Huh. Sits down and like,
You are going to learn a lot here, Jessica.
hey, so what was
Finish our conversation with Grandma.
what was that? Sorry, missed it.
I said, let's finish this conversation with Grandma Thistle, and then I can introduce you to a friend.
That sounds nice. She sits down and Grammy Thistle. She hasn't, oddly enough, stopped touching the girl yet. Like there's like it looks very grandmotherly, very like, consoling, soothing.
And
But
I didn't notice that. So
no, you haven't. But Pete, you have noticed that she has not taken her hand off her yet. So what else would you guys like to know?
I looked at Grandma Thistle.
Grandma, she like still with her arm on his shoulder, and he goes, "Child, it's very difficult sometimes to understand what has happened to us, especially before we have an understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Did you get taught things with your companion underneath that ent, or did you go through rituals? Or she goes, oh, she only took me down to that place one time. It was underneath the tree. It was horrible. I heard sounds in my head like secrets that I shouldn't have been told. And he was real mad. Didn't like it. Apparently, she goes, Nana decided to not let me get bought by him. That's all I remember. She said, no. And that's when she started killing the tree.
That sounds wonderful.
What she speak, it appeared that there was some ritual circle covered in sand, and it was protected by a sand myrmidon.
She called it
skeletons.
she called it the Sandman. Never really supposed to say that, but the Sandman seemed to be pretty bad. I didn't like it.
I do believe we killed him. So
Well,
don't-
that's
It wasn't a typical kind of an elemental. This one was different. It had more intelligence. It spoke. It had more thought than a normal elemental. I've come across several of those in my travels. Nothing like that. That was really different.
when she was tired, the secrets would get louder, and it was just. That's one of the reasons I was always just so close to her, because if she was having a bad day, it made everything worse.
Talking about these secrets, Jessica.
Whispers. Like you know when you're in a dream and you just know a thing is true, but when you wake up it doesn't make any sense?
Enough? Yes.
It, kind of like that. It was like things that I had been told before that hard to hear, but I knew were true.
Okay. I look expectantly at Grammy Thistle, like she can explain what this child is talking about.
There's a lot of darkness in her. I don't think it's her fault, nor her self. She seems to be wounded on a expectant level when it comes to what she is. It's like having a frost giant be jolly. It doesn't happen very often. It's not impossible.
You just have to tickle them the right way.
Gravity Thistle
A
smiles.
lot about things, apparently.
She smiles and for the first time, like, hesitantly takes her hand off the child and expectantly looks to see if something was going to happen. Nothing seems to, and she takes a deep sigh of relief. Pete, you only the one that saw the hand gesture, you even noticed that. But she walks up to you and pats you on your calf. Right. I guess you could make a frost giant giggle if you said the right joke, or perhaps let gas in the right time.
It happens. Not often, but it happens.
Grandma,
Yeah.
do you have a school here?
Oh, of course. Well, most of our young have left, finding better opportunities from not a dying city. But yes, we have the. I mean, she could learn from me. She could learn from the old goat inside that still is locked in there until he learns how to behave.
I think that would be a good idea.
You actually hear.
She seems to be naive in the ways of the world.
As soon as I get my hammers, I swears. Hear that all happening in the locked room that she had left to join you in the fire pit.
As far as we can tell, the child has never left that tree.
Let's be for the best.
Jessica. Her name is Jessica.
If Jessica doesn't have inclinations necessarily for the darker arts, perhaps none of her power will even manifest. Could just be a innocent, if you were. And we
Are
could.
you saying she is a hag? Or part hag?
I'm saying that I think she's a combination of things that don't normally meet. A water and oil, if you will. Something that has been shaken up so viscerally from different people that she's instilled a state of settling. But her future is, I cannot say. I can say I've never heard of a creature like this before. I'd like you all to make a perception roll.
Or in
Insight can work as well. Hey, what are we looking at? Ooh, that's some dice. 17. Pete, are you just the
Roll Hilda.
with that 18?
Yeah.
Hilda, as you're looking down, looking at this
Yeah, wait till
small,
we get into battle and I roll all nat ones.
right? Eat the inside of Goliath. Uh, yes. With that 18, Hilda, you looking at this little small girl and hearing what could be her tragedy of her story. You start to hear a doo 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 on the wind. You have heard that before. Was the odd lizard man friar that started off. You start to hear his noise and his flute approaching the treetop village.
Yeah, we heard that from the mist
Yep.
Yes.
right
Do you
before we met him.
remember that that weird priest guy?
Yes, he's actually the one who guided us this
He's coming this way. I hear him.
way. I might
Pete.
provide some insight.
Pete, with the second highest insight, you start to hear that, small, same, very put together 3 notes that were dispersed in the mist, and followed by Morgana, and then finally the wonderful Perseus. You all hear it, and that's where we're going to Perseus leaves. That's where we're going to take a little 5-minute break, and we'll be right back.
Something wizard this way comes.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. How do I run that commercial? Cool. Hope you guys are enjoying us. Thank you so much for joining the Pop Culture Cosmos. We have wonderful games for you every week, and we'll be back in 5.
Check on the health of the stream.
Link to the video.
Is that Andrew?
Can I get a link to the 5-minute video?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, Olaf, you are the mightiest of all. bought a candle called Peach Prosecco, and it smells so great.
That sounds like it smells great.
Oh, it's amazing. Big fan. I can't wait for it to go on sale. Peach and tropical passion. Okay, so we're back. Roll call, everybody here?
1, 2, 3.
That's 3. Is there 4? 5?
The priestess
Vote.
is here.
Where's 5?
5? No, we're looking for Roger.
Yeah, we're just waiting on one. We're good. Got some time.
Oh, he's number 1.
What?
Oh, he's number 1. Because you said we're waiting on 1.
Yes.
Ah, he's one for us. Then.
Vote.
Chiban.
Woo.
Your mother.
All right, so we're all back.
I think we're missing Brenda.
Brenda only comes out on special occasions. You're welcome. There's so many jokes in there.
Yep, nope, we're streaming. We're gonna leave that one right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're listening and you don't understand that, you need to go back and watch some of the previous episodes.
Yeah, you can see all of our archive stuff. We're throwing up some old videos of not just this podcast, but a lot of the other ones we're doing. So if you're needing to get some background information on, for example, the Demolition Force, you can find that in our library. Check us out. Again, this is joining us at the amazing Pop Culture Cosmos, and we're going to pick this back up because I think everyone has returned.
That's all.
Huzzah.
Bottom of this Grammy thistle.
So you all start to hear the sound of the friar coming with those notes. And if you would all like to make, actually, you know what? It's pretty obvious. Bill Crates starts to look a little uncomfortable. Feathers start to flare up on his back. You hear in the back from the locked thing, "I swear, woman, if you don't let me out, I'm going to break this door down."
Grandpa in the room. Why can't he come out?
Why do you keep him locked away?
I sure. And she goes, he's not the adventurer that he used to be. He's a little wound up, and that hammer of his has been acting weird, and it glows when it needs to, almost has a mind of its own, if you will. And he's quite agitated. He goes, I swear to you, I will do this thing. And Socrates kind of back up and perch right here. And the music keeps on getting a little bit louder. All of a sudden, as soon as I figure out how to drop that character.
Oh, sorry. I already did it for you. He's on the little walk.
Oh. Up comes. Can I make that bigger for everyone to see?
Will you zoom
I
in?
can
Yeah.
just zoom in. Cool. Your old friend, the Friar has returned. This time, not a cob of corn, but a drumstick is hanging out loosely from one of the side of his mouths. You have done such a good job, my friends. Hello. Who's the third person?
Now I understand. Now I understand why Socrates was so upset.
Oh, ugh, that is very interesting. But you've done it, and you've kept the child alive. How wonderful! How was it? What happened down there?
Horrible.
He keeps on walking up. You see Socrates perch over here. There's something going on.
I roll insight to see if it's a general unease or if it's a dislike.
You can, insight would work, or investigation. Fine.
Closer to Jessica and in between them.
Jessica, stirs into you. See, insight 22. Where's that 25 come? If that you had advantage, or
No, it's just it's
If she had advantage.
yeah.
Yep. No. So, but that 22 still great score. You notice that it was the moment that he heard those notes, as if he heard nails on the chalkboard or a piano being played wrong or out of tune. Something about it is set. If he had teeth, they'd be set on edge.
I notice him being on edge, right?
Oh yeah. All you guys can see him. He's been very. I mean, if nothing else, charismatic. Let's see what we got. Divine sense.
So I noticed good and evil, and earlier I noticed, like when I used it on Friar in the very beginning, I knew he was good.
You knew he was good. No problem. All right. So you have him and Socrates. Socrates has more of a gray. This guy's a little bit more of a shining light, as you will, in between the two of them, because you can see this for like more than just one glance at one person. You have a gray coming from Socrates, something more maybe chaotic. You don't get evil. You do.
Jessica Granny Thistle.
Yeah, right. You do get at Thistle. You get gray again. The shiniest light you can see coming from underneath the door of the locked room. That's out of all those three people. And if you look at the girl itself, again, you see this murky gray, maybe undecided.
All right, I'm gonna go to the door then, and I'm just gonna be like, Grandma, I'm letting Grandpa out. Everyone needs to be here.
And she goes, no, I don't think that's for the best. You can open the door or not, but she is walking over towards you.
Why not, Grandma?
It's just, he's very, he can get agitated really quickly. I swear, if you don't, I will. And you hear
It to be heard. It is important. You can hear his desire to be heard.
Yeah, you hear a big boom against the door.
Okay, so I open the door.
No, as you do, it was right after the boom. You open the door and you see a wizzled old man trying to heft this outrageously large hammer in his hands as he falls back, like not trying to hit you, but he was trying to hit the door. Can you make me a acrobatics check, please? Sorry, dexterity. $13. It's just gonna miss because he really isn't He really isn't trying to hit you. It's just it hits the door. You know, he was trying to hit for the door. It goes past you, but it goes splinter into the wood on the ground, right to your left hoof.
Sorry, grandfather.
Yes, it's glowing again, and he's like at this point like walks past it and drags it towards like to you. It means that I must do things. I don't remember what they are anymore, but I know I must do things. And he takes
Grandfather, calm down.
Okay.
We have defeated the evil in the wood, and the mist has disappeared. Your village is safe.
Shouldn't be glowing. It doesn't make any sense. And like it starts to move on its own and dragging itself towards the young child. Like he's holding it and it appears to be drawn towards her.
There's like a wall, right?
Yeah, well, I thought that he had gone and from what I was thinking that you had done,
Like,
that you've gone out.
This door, but the inner room is a wall because there's a door at the bottom.
Yeah. So it's just it's not like he can get to her. There is a level of defense that before he'd be able to attack her, if that's what he was going to do, he would have to overcome that obstacle.
There's also a Goliath standing in the doorway.
Yes, and this is a wizard old man. I mean, he has seen better days. And it like goes ding, 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 and it kind of like rests right upon that wall, trying to find a purchase to get apparently being dragged in the way of the girl.
Tell me about that hammer, grandfather.
He just one of my favorite things I've ever owned. I definitely owned many weapons, but this one is my favorite. This one has always led me in the right directions. Things that needed to be cut down, things that were dangerous, things that were out of this earth. And it just telling me he tries to pick it up and he's just unable. Just again, the stone at the end or the mallet itself is just too heavy for him to truly wield anymore.
So why is it headed towards Jessica?
I don't know. And Grammy Thistle comes in and gives him a little pat in on the side and goes, "Calm down. It's probably been drawn to bloodline. There's a lot of things that I don't understand about it. It's possible that it is trying to remove a threat from our village. When he was younger, it was said that he never missed a strike. Perhaps this is the magic that's within the hammer, something that was that was worth hitting, always hit. I don't believe. I think that there still could be good in this girl."
Has the hammer ever aired before?
Down at the weasel. No, it's always hit strike. If it needs to die, it dies. That's the point of the hammer.
Yes, but has it ever murdered anything or done anything wrong?
Well, it's murdered many things when I was younger and able to wield it. And again, it clunks to the ground. Useless. And he's like, I've never felt bad about something that I've killed. It was just. It was right. The gods themselves had told me to do it.
Kill a child?
He like takes his hands off the handle itself. Child? You mean?
She's just a girl. Her name's Jessica.
Remember, he wasn't part of that first conversation. He's been locked in this room, so. Yeah, that complicates things, but right is right, and my gods don't lie to me. So, if you excuse me, apparently I need to kill a child.
We can't let you do that.
Sorry,
but no, that's not going to happen.
Sits down, kind of bobs his head. I don't know if I can kill a child. It does not seem right. But you, with your sense of good and evil, you feel an outrageous amount of energy coming off of this hammer.
It's similar to the Friar's Light.
No, the Friar's Light is more like a. So, if you were at a college, what the dean would be in relevance to the academic prowess of that college, That's what the friar looks like. It on this, it kind of looks like if the same college had an Einstein, the difference of brightness comparison to it. You know what I mean? Like it's just so no, it doesn't. It's not as clean coming off of him. There's bureaucracy. There is, you know,
So there's a bright, like uninterrupted light, and then his is kind of like wavering.
yeah. And then you have, then you have Socrates that is
Gray.
like a gray. He doesn't come off as evil, but he comes off as undecided. Hard for your sense to really grab that.
So yeah, I'm just watching things unfold, making sure that no harm comes to Jessica.
Well, as the friar walks up, I believe that justice here can be done easily. And he walks over to the hammer and picks it up. This is a very rare object. You've obviously done quite a lot in your life to be able to wield it in the first place. Maybe not anymore, but we don't just hand these out. I think our path is clear here, guys. We need to kill this girl.
It's not going to happen. I don't know why you say.
No.
And he kind of holds up the hammers like, it's not even my choice here. Good is good and evil is evil, and what this girl could represent could be very evil.
Look at her now.
Oh, yes, but would you not kill a snake in the garden as a child to make sure it doesn't bite you in adulthood?
Like an awfully
No, I would take it somewhere else.
strange way to put
And
things.
Pete draws his long sword and just stands blocking the doorway with the point of the sword at the floor, but both of his hands on it.
But definitely a difference, like a I'm in your way kind of feel to it.
Yeah,
Fire.
you gotta go through me to get in.
Yeah, right. You also see Socrates jump over and perch on that wall next to you and goes, I have to agree. We don't know what this person's truth is yet. Her fate is tied, but it is not finished. The greatness could come from her. Just because tragedy also could come from her doesn't mean that you need to kill it.
I agree with Socrates.
Well, you see for the first time the friar's almost always joyful visage does drop.
And Friar, you put us on a path of our choosing, and this is our choice.
Choosing. I've watched all of you for a while. You're good guys. You're on our team. This is what you do. You're telling me now that you've already gone through all this, you're gonna get a little squeamish because of the age of this horrible creature that you're seeing?
I don't see a horrible creature. She has done nothing to prove me otherwise. She should be given a chance to live a peaceful life.
Also, if you're going to sit here and call a child a horrible creature, I think we should take this conversation elsewhere, or this child should be taken somewhere out of earshot while she listens to grown-ups tell her that she's evil.
She comes and she screams, I can hear all of you.
Exactly.
And I don't want to leave Brusoff. I don't want Brusophilitos. I don't want to leave the horse guys.
Brasoffa Noodle. You are now Brasoffa Noodles.
Well, to her, yeah. Did not have pronounced that.
The big nudes.
That being said, Socrates goes, do you not want to leave these adventurers, child? And like there's just an argument that is obviously about to spur in between our friar and Socrates. And they're just starting going back and forth of like, you don't know what it would possibly be. And like, of course I do. Look at the hammer, back and forth. All of a sudden, Socrates flaps his wings and goes a foot into the air and goes, if she wants to stay with them, I will give her the opportunity to find out what she is. Smashes his wings together and...
I cast aid.
Cast aid? Oh, you see a little twinkle in his eye as he goes down, obviously pulling something truly incredible out of him. And we get to the whole reason we have our loading screen. think everyone's on. Yep. Have. Activate. All right. Is everybody on the screen?
Looks like it. Where's the count?
Yeah, we're missing count.
I
I'm missing it.
lost.
can bring-
Hello.
I have found that out today of how to do this. So
He was busy counting feathers.
1, 2, 3.
have any of you ever traveled through a portal before?
Nope.
Not to the best of my knowledge.
You think, Melinda, have you ever been through a portal? So I think that's just Morgana. Maybe Morgana.
I did end up here not knowing how I got here. I'll leave that up to DM discretion.
Okay, so I'm going to say that only Morgana out of all of you have ever traveled through this particular type of movement. It's like there's a fishhook that has reached into your belly button and grabbed you directly through that, catching moments of what you see after a huge gust of wind passes you. It's like being drawn through water, being driven behind a boat. You have a moment when your face clears up and you can get your vision. You see this huge portal almost pulling you in, sucking you in. He goes, "All right, follow me." And you look to see Socrates. He's about twice the size as he was, pulling you into the very center of this portal. Just now or never, my friends.
I'll go.
You go. Everyone's a willing participant because it changes the roles.
I'm willing, yeah.
Okay, willing.
Yes.
Okay. We just do some DM.
And Jessica with us, or
Oh yeah, she's actually she's tightly holding on to what would be your mane if you had a full top of a horse, like around your neck, essentially. All right, all willing. You get sucked into this portal, getting closer and closer behind Socrates as itself, guiding through what almost would feel like a tunnel. And all of a sudden, he takes a deep breath and opens up his wings, and like a linebacker going through a plate glass window, takes a hard left and smashes through the tunnel itself, seeing obvious stress against him. Come out, and you see this. Right click on date. Should bring everybody over. Everyone can see. Or do I need to drag?
Oh, God, I can't see.
Yet. I know why. I'm not ready to teach you that button yet, so let me just do a quick configure set. There, you should see it now.
It's a sleeve stacks.
amazing. Wow.
Right.
Or like
You
a
got-
knight wearing armor.
Any chance my spell went off before we left?
Oh yeah, it did. Aid went off.
No, the
Giving-
firebolt.
Oh no, that's it
No,
was
no,
cop.
I misclicked that. I was casting aid, and I
Oh,
went to
okay.
speed.
No, the aid went off. If you were trying to do firebolt, it all happened too fast for that. But the aid went off. Yes. And you were casting that on Socrates, right?
If he was.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it. But
Aid gives extra hit points to 3 different characters.
okay.
Okay.
Who would you like to put them through?
Bruce, Pete, and Hilda.
Okay, please put those into your temporary hit points. Everyone
How
that's
many hit
affected.
points?
3, I believe you said.
It's 5 temporary hit points.
5.
Perfect.
Sorry, put that as 5 max, not temp. It's 5 max.
Ooh, that's even better.
Is the friar with us?
No, the friar has been left behind. In fact, the last thing you heard was a guttural scream as the portal sucked all of you into it.
Granny
You
Thistle or grandfather?
Nope. You can as if anyone turned back to look, you would have just seen him with this hammer raging.
Right.
Right.
On the YouTube screen, make sure that like it's whatever's streaming that, make sure that it's like zoomed out so they can see the map.
Isn't it a cool map?
Yeah, I love this little piece. All right, so as long as we all got visual. So as you start falling through the air, as if you were just dropped from the sky itself, you see that Squack has returned to his actual size. He goes, "No, this is not where I'm meant to go." And you do see this gorgeous landscape, a huge waterfall with a what appears to be a knight, water cascading down its ancient armor and fallen sword still left in its hand. A beautiful, almost otherworldly. If any of you guys have ever been to the Feywild, or maybe Bruce specifically,
I've never been there, but I've heard all about it, and I've met plenty of creatures from that are Fae.
that picture that you've built into your mind, the sound and impossible colors of some of the trees on the ground, and the improbability of a water falling, cascading from a mountain of this height. You almost think about like what kind of lake or fixture that is like giving this power as you plummet to the ground, free fall. And he goes, "It's fine. No one panic." I'd like all of you to make a dexterity check, please.
Nobody panic. Yeah, okay. Dexterity check?
Just to see if you can stay grouped together as you fall through the air. Ooh, got that nat 20 on there. Ooh. Hilda, you understand. Okay, so we got Pete on an 11, 13. Okay. Yours is a little bit higher DC, Bruce, because you do have someone hanging onto your neck. So she's just going to pretty much go where you are. Morgana. All right. You fall out looking backwards to the sky. You don't even see any of your compatriots. You haven't seen this statue or anything. You're just looking up, plummeting back first, being held in the rear. Let me your token where all this would be. Okay. You see right after he says don't panic, and he goes, "Maybe you panic, you're in the back." All right, this is you, Morgana. He goes, "Stay together," and he goes looking at the group that is essentially close enough to him. He's going to try to swoop back and bring her into your group. Is that the right token?
I'm updating it.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, now I just got to roll for him.
Yeah.
All right, Morgana, you're going to do another a strength check to try to grapple him as he comes up to try to bring you out of this now deathly freefall. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. The 14 is just enough. You reach up and you grab his hat, and he goes, "Not the hat!" And he turns, trying to bring you back into. Able to as you're falling through this. Now in the forefront. He opens his wings again and does the same slapping sound. The portal reopens, bringing you to here, coming out on the red spot. Activate.
Awesome stuff, Rob.
Aren't these cool? I love these maps.
Well, and just the story, like
yeah,
the bad teleport and the teleport. Like
I've got a black map.
Oh, you're black.
Yeah, they're in the global illumination and how to drop the tokens.
It's coming. It's coming.
Thank you so much for saying so, man. I really appreciate that.
Ooh, that's cool.
All right, I just need access to dropping the tokens, which I know how to do. Look at me knowing things.
Do you don't want me to do
You know how to push buttons. Huzzah!
Just wondering, how long is this teleportation thing we're doing?
Oh, it is. You need to take a 5? We can take a 5. That's fine.
Oh, no. I'm wondering because if it's longer than 10 minutes, I was going to say something.
Oh, definitely. Oh, you're about to get a chance here. If anyone had more background in like in teleportation, you would have seen what he did shattering through the wall of an actual existing portal. Would not just be like completely taboo, but outrageously discouraged and probably never attempted. So he's done something specific to get you to where you're going.
What do you mean almost?
Yes. Yeah. So you guys, so this blue part over here, I've seen as a portal that you've actually now like fallen out of and into and land on this statue. It is giant. From your perspective, you can't even tell what it is, but you do see that it is carved rock, and you just see a barren landscape around you, nothing but dunes. So Crates lands and takes a deep breath and looks at he looks at David and goes, "Don't leave the group. It is very important because I'm not 100% sure where we are at the moment, and this is a very bad place that we could possibly be."
Well, quit shattering the time zone.
It's really a lot of these things will be explained when we can finally get to a place a little bit safer. But if everyone could just stay on the statue for a few moments, we'll figure this out. And actually, I do need to take a 5 right here because I need to populate the map with a couple things.
Yay!
Yeah.
Want to give a
can't
special shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for doing so. And also everybody out there watching us on Facebook and Twitch as well.
Who is streaming to YouTube?
That would be me.
Also,
Gerald
make sure you click the chat tab so that it's centered on the chat tab. So on the top right,
Dragon 5. I didn't expect you guys to get a little bit lost in my gateway area, so I just need to populate this map real quick.
No problem.
Purple orb? No. Although, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put one in the fucking
Anybody know how to get rid of crab?
You steam them, cover them with Old Bay, and then you eat them.
That works.
I'm from Baltimore. That's how we do it.
These are really like high definition tokens.
They were all free with Foundry. Crazy.
I don't like that.
I'm also not a big fan of the huge giant bird I'm seeing in the distance.
Oh, I think that's a worm thingy.
Oh God.
Worm sign. It's a graboid.
Great movie. I watched that so many as a kid.
I love the whole series. I've watched them all.
I think I stopped after like Tremors 4.
Burt Gummer's my hero.
We got crabs, man.
I want crabs for Christmas. Only crabs will do.
So, do you think if we burn these crabs, we can actually have a crab dinner?
Yeah, hon, we call that a crab feast.
Also, want to give a big shout out to Deborah and Beth. I guess they were looking at our Facebook feed. So just following up on that, I don't know if anybody had a chance to reach out to them.
Yeah, we're muted right now on the feed, but definitely do that when we come.
Yeah,
It'll be in a second. So
they're on the Facebook feed. I'm busy sharing the Facebook feed to groups right now, just to let you know. But I just saw them on our Pop Culture Cosmos. Yeah.
Hey, babe, it's time to come back.
And no more smoky treat for you.
Black screen until you sit down, babe.
I have to send you guys a link to the video Crabs for Christmas.
Yes. And
It's a Balmer classic, hon.
Washing my hands, I came up with a great idea for some of these 5-minute breaks. I'll talk about that when we're done.
It's so funny because we won't receive comments at all for a long time on Facebook, then all of a sudden just out of the blue.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just back into Windows Capture.
Nope. You just get to do the opposite.
Unfortunately, their comments were about an hour ago.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
All right, and we are back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in with us. Sorry, sometimes you just need to. I thought that we were going to just fly by this and have a little bit of a tour of things yet to come and places that we may visit in the future. But our wonderful adventuring party has crash landed for the moment. Place they've never been in a windswept desert, top of a fallen angel statue. But we do have some shout outs before we jump back into the action. Don't mind, Gerald, would you take care of that for us?
Yeah, I want to go ahead again and say thank you to everyone that's been watching on YouTube. Appreciate all the help there and the thumbs up. Cannot thank you enough for doing that. We're also trying to follow everybody on Twitch that's watching. And of course, a big thank you to Beth. Yes, this is real. I think we are real. I hope I'm real. At least the IRS always tells me every year I'm real. And I guess also as well there was one more, and that is Deborah. Deborah Tamayo, thank you so much for watching us as well. We truly appreciate it. Yes, we are real with the Pop Culture Cosmos. We're here 6 days a week playing the best in tabletop RPG gaming. We are Facebook's #1 tabletop RPG streamer, and hopefully you'll get a chance to check us out on YouTube and Twitch as well.
So much. Guys, it really means the most to us. Joining us, this is why we do it. We're just trying to entertain a huge amount of people at a very short amount of time. So thank you again for joining our stream. You land, and this barren landscape begins to wash over you. The heat, especially coming from a misty forest, is palpable. For our American viewers, at least 98 degrees. I don't know what that is in Canadian. What is that in Canadian, Wayne?
Sure.
It's hot.
So, yeah.
Hot.
I don't speak American quite that well yet.
I love that it's in Canadian, not in Celsius.
You see Socrates, he's nervously tapping his toes on the ground, trying to get his bearings. The blue mist is still rising up from the crown of this fallen statue. One of the only things that's really giving you any kind of depth of field of what you on at the moment. The energy still circling and swirling around. He jumps up on purchase on what appears to be the wings of the shoulder. Oh, okay, so should have removed the 7, but not. It's definitely here, but it's not there. No one move too much, just letting you know.
Can we speak?
Oh yeah, you can definitely speak. You've just been dropped off on this thing.
All right, I'm gonna start doing a 10-minute speech, but low and humble.
Okay, like almost like a prayer, like a monk's chant, if you will, like that Gundia kind of feel, or.
Oh no, I'm gonna inspire my people.
Inspiring
yes, we just
leader.
got whipped through this portal into this beautiful land, and now we're stuck in a desert looking at some crabs. I hope we can eat them.
Yeah, right. All of your compatriots that are around can take advantage on that. I believe that you're using inspirational leap.
Inspiring leader.
Yeah,
Yep.
inspiring leader. Yeah, no problem. Just for that, just throw it up there, just so if anyone is watching that they want to use that skill themselves later on, they'll know where to find that. How amazingly useful it is within that 10 minutes. So you can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions. Choose 6 allies is what makes it so cool. They can see or hear and understand you within 30 feet of each other. You get 7 HP points on a short rest.
Okay, so this one is temp HP, so you're not stacking, because the other one was added to your HP max, so you can do this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But the two things
That's
synergy
awesome.
together. Yeah, all day it was 12, I believe so. 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
So it was 5 to your max and then 7 to the other one?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
7 temp and 5 to the max.
Perfect.
And I like that this Foundry sheet has spaces for both of those things.
Yeah, cool, right?
Well, we're still learning how to push all the buttons. As you're sitting around there, you can see that Socrates is a little nervous. He obviously wasn't planning on landing quite where you are. With your small speech, not small speech, but with your low speech, he jumps up on the pauldron and goes, "Okay, so if we simply just wait for another shift in swarms," like he's almost speaking to himself, if you will, you start to hear a low rumble coming from the far, maybe mile away from where you are, southwest.
Too bad that there's nothing close. Let me see if I can.
That doesn't sound good.
I like this place, Socrates.
No, I don't like it either. My powers don't work in all of the realms, and this is one that I'm not exactly invited into anymore. So it's even harder. It's like trying to push a wave back into the ocean. Okay.
Everything we can help.
Yes,
Do you know where we are?
I do, but it's probably best that we wait till I tell you, because it would be bad if you knew. So just make sure that I don't die. That way, at least one of you will survive.
How reassuring.
Yeah, the rumble happens.
That's inspiring.
And anyone that would like to make a perception check on the horizon may feel free to do so. You do continue to hear this rumble, though. Ooh, double nats.
Oh, God.
So that means I got snake eyes. I can see forever, right?
Yeah, right?
Pretty sure that's exactly how that goes.
You, Bruce, you've walked over to the side and set your very keen eyes, usually for very strange. But you're used to the forest. This is another beautiful part of nature, but definitely not the living, breathing canopy that you're used to being in. You look over, and directly to your right, you see a large crab coming out of the sand, starting to get on the actual statue itself. It's frightening you with that double one. Sorry, brother, it's the double one. I don't know what else to do about this. Making you stumble, your hooves missing purchase and landing in the sand. The rumble seems to get larger for Pete and Morgana. You can see what would be a sea serpent, but now in the sand. A large body, tubular in nature, slightly crest, maybe a mile out from you, continuously moving through this as if it was liquid. You
Hey,
hit this-
Bruce, you should probably get back up here.
Yeah. The sand is soft underneath your hooves. You are in difficult terrain. What was that?
I can't move my token up there.
That
Weird. He should be able to.
try to move it now.
Acting with a
Is that-
wall.
Is that considered a lighting layer? The edge of the statue, maybe?
No, I don't think it has lighting.
Yeah, right when I try to move up, I can't do it.
Weird.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
That you
Perhaps because of the elevation.
Yeah, because it is a 3-dimension. It is you are moving up. That could be what's going on. Are you able to move it, or do we just need to move for you?
Move it any further than that.
Okay, so as you scramble up, what that does, because you're not looking, gives this crab a attack of opportunity against you.
That crap.
Toggle torch. Nope. Bad crabs. Buddy.
Can I move over and lend him a hand?
Yep, you can after the attack, because this is an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha. Not a problem.
So that would be claw, and yes, I'm going to cast it. Boom. Does a -1 hit.
Fuck you, crap.
Yeah. You know what? Because you just did double ones, and he did one. You actually just smash into its head, and just like the meat and the sinew that is within it just like forms over your hooves, and you just like shake it off as if you just stepped on something that you don't want to in the garden. Does kill this crab though, but that sound is getting louder.
So I would drop down onto one knee and reach out. Bruce, grab on.
All right, let's do
Help to pull him up.
Yep, let's do a strength check. You're trying to pull up a horse. I know you're a Goliath, but it is a horse.
Yes,
Right.
horse can help though.
I mean, I'm not trying to lift him.
Yeah.
Giving him a
Yeah.
helping.
23 with Strength check. Yeah, the 16, 23, the two of you are able to now make purchase, bringing you back in. You hear Socrates, yes, one dead. One is quite good. Fantastic. Now we're going to go over to.
Is it coming closer to us by any chance?
Oh, the sound? Yes. And in fact, I'll put it in the chat if I can figure out how to do it.
Well, I mean,
So
that's
great.
serpent thing. It's coming towards us.
Can you see the token?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what's
wow.
coming towards you.
It looks scary with just the aura or the hidden thing. Also scary like that.
Hey, Socrates, should we be killing these crabs?
The crabs, yes. The very loud thing, please don't anger it. It's probably for the best if that would just not.
And like as he's speaking, he goes,
Morgana, by your ankle, you might.
and you get to have your first reaction to it because it'll go after you, and then we're all going to roll for initiative. There's another crab directly by your amazing, very stylish but useful combat boots. I'm just looking for a deck save here. Yeah, just a deck save. Oof. Oh. Okay. You are going to get clawed. Does a 6 hit?
Negative.
All right. Naps harmlessly getting purchase on the really well fine-made leather of these incredible, by the way, incredible boots for some odd reason in my head, but does not get into your ankle. You shake it off. Still not done. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Okay, so what you need to do here is highlight everything that you want to be involved in the encounter.
Okay.
So just like it's just like drawing a big square.
Okay.
Okay. Gonna highlight everything and then right click.
Okay.
That easy, huh? I love it.
And there should be one that has a shield with 2 swords.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Teamwork
Thank
never
you,
goes
Morgana.
out of style. T-shirts come in tomorrow.
Wow, that's cool. It just pops them all in. Oh, they disappeared.
They were there, and then they're not.
Now everybody can do initiative here.
That's cool.
Okay. Cool. Yep. And I just hit the roll button. Roll initiative.
Just hit the. There's probably a way to do like a mass roll, but I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Oh, but it's so fun rolling.
We have to remove Broker from the initiative.
And we don't. Do we want Jessica involved in this?
Oh no, she. Sure.
Like,
It works. It looks really cool. Kind of use.
There's nat 20s.
All right, how do I move this over now to?
and what? Socrates got double nat 20s.
So double click with your right, and it will pop that combat tracker out into a panel. It is not untrue.
Oh, with your right mouse.
Yeah, really. Socrates, his first official role was double 20s. Kind of a cool dude.
Double nat 20s.
Now I have it. Yep, no problem. Okay. Yep. Socrates. Okay. Also looks awesome. Yeah. Also looks great on for visualization when it comes to stream. All right, cool. Socrates looks down and sees all these assailing like creatures that are starting to get closer and closer to you, needing his concentration. You begin to hear more of the wind as he starts moving his wings in circles around him, obviously trying to gather something. You do feel an atmospheric difference as if you've just walked into the temperature, the very, very hot desert seems to drop in temperature a little bit. But that does end his turn as he's trying to bring up some power. Crab would be next. Crab.
Yeah. So down at the bottom where it says end combat, there's 2 arrows.
Yeah.
So you just want to hit the one that's pointing to your right. There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. All right, he's going to use some movement speed. He can go 30 feet. Hard terrain. There. He is going to attack the amazing Saber. 17. Does a 17 hit?
That does.
Okay. 6 bludgeoning damage as he, like the last one you just were easily to shock off to. This crab's claws, obviously older, obviously a little bit more ancient, was able to grab into missing the leather boots because you wouldn't want to ruin those fantastic things, and gets into your higher cap. Hey. Speaking of looking down at the problem that's happening to you, Morgana, what do you like to do?
End of turn for the crab.
Yeah, that ends the turn for the crowd.
No, you have to click it so it moves over to.
I get you. I get Morgana.
So Morgana's going to look at the crabs, be like, let's see what this ring can do, as she channels 3 electric orbs out of the ring.
So cool. All right. So let's put that in the chat. What are you looking to do? So his AC is 15. So is it a shield or is it going to be a saving throw on that spell?
So I'm going to cast 3 spheres, and if they're within 5 feet, if they move within 5 feet of it, they have to make a dexterity save of 15.
Okay. Dex save.
Dex save for the crab. Oh, there's 2 crabs there that will have to do it.
Yep. Here's the first one that's closest to you, the one that just took a nip out of your thigh. Does fail. All right. And the next one over. All right. The little small guy. All right. Dexterity save as well. Okay. But the 11 also fails. So they take how much damage? Damage. Okay. The small.
Each one took 6, and then the guy that's up by the other shield, or by the girl's arm, has to roll 1 as well. That would be my 3rd ball.
Nice. You can place them.
Oh, by the girl. This guy up here by the shoulder. No problem. I'm not going to guess a 3 is going to be able to handle that. And you have that 2 damage there.
So each one takes 6 because each one had a ball of lightning on.
Yeah, the small crabs only have 2 HP, so even if you put -6 in their hit point thing, it'll only take the 2. damage that it takes to kill.
That crab.
Oh yeah,
is
I'm just
dead.
letting so the players know how it would work.
Okay. Oh, whoops! This big crab isn't dead.
All right. Killing the two smaller ones. This one also will be your
Okay. I got it, babe.
HP. All right. That ends your turn. Giant crab. Trying to make that 30 feet across. Just can't make it there because he has difficult terrain coming up. Looks angry over at you, the Count, clicking its claws angrily at you.
No.
Goes 1, 2, 3 snaps. He cannot reach you, has no range and no magic, so that does end its turn. Hilda.
Hilda. Are currently very safe inside a whole bunch of people.
I'm getting a craving for seafood.
It's
Are there any stones around?
yeah, you can see there's a small rubble from the fallen statue is all around in different sizes and levels of decay.
I'm gonna do magic stone.
Okay.
Bonus action, so I can roll a hit with my first one.
And who are you trying to hit?
This giant crab.
Giant crab.
Oh wait, let me make sure I have range for that. I don't think that I cleared that. 60 feet. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, with the 12, I don't think that hits his AC. Let's check that real fast. No, does not. Harmlessly, it skids off of its carapace. It leaves a scar on it, discoloring the actual shell itself from a red. You can see a gray strip on it, but the stone simply does land back up. Or
That's my turn.
okay, the mighty Pete.
All right. So Pete's looking around at what's going on. He just reaches his arm back, grabs a javelin out of his pack, and chucks it down at this. I can't ping him. The giant crab down to the south there.
Okay, no problem. I don't see the one that you're looking at. The guys that's already hurt, right?
Yeah.
No problem. A 14. Again, the hard carapace of this crab. A little shocked that it was hit by whatever effect happened, not having a huge amount of intelligence. Now sees an attack that it knows how to deal with, an actual physical thing that it can deal with. Turns its shell and deflects your javelin, having it scatter into the sand underneath.
Wah, wah, wah.
Anything else?
No, that's all I got. I'm not using any magic or anything right at this point.
Okay, Bruce, you are up.
I am going to bless. Go. I'm gonna bless.
See, I was considering doing that too. I should
Count
have.
more on it.
Count more
And Pete.
Okay.
Looks like they're all in the front there. So
Yeah, that's going to give you add a D4 to any attack or saving throws, if I remember correctly. Yes, attack or saving throw.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to find the right little thing to put on your marker.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Just let me know what you want to use. They don't really seem to have positive.
Yeah, right. Just use the
check.
surprise thing or something, maybe.
That in your turn, Bruce?
yeah,
Right. Little guy over here. I'm going to try to take a bite out of Brucey. Moving on up to the east side to the go apartment in the sky. Right, action. Abilities? Ah. Takes a little nip out of you. Does it a 9 hit, good sir? It does not. No problem. Missing. Crab. That crab is died, ready to be seafood later. That crab has died, ready to be seafood later. The Count, who have 5, 6, 7 crabs.
Oh my. What shall I do? Whatever shall I do? Which is the crab closest to me?
You have a giant crab right down to your southeast.
Whoops, I just moved everybody. I meant to move.
Right next to your south, you have another one if you have range attacks. Looking up at your east.
I'm going to shoot my crossbow at the big one.
The big one? I like
Yes.
it. The big one. All right, fantastic. Let's see what
Actually, my
happens.
longbow. Let's shoot my longbow.
Okay. Trying to get a little bit more damage there.
So this one up here.
Ooh, a 7's not going to be able to do it. Yeah, you guys are finding that this carapace is pretty heavy, unfortunately. Again, just dinging off of it. The spells seem to have been doing more damage than the physical weapons so far.
He also has a D4 to that because of blast. But
You already have the 7. You want to use your if you want to use your inspiration, you can.
no, he's blessed.
Plus, sorry.
So I'm just reminding him, but it's not going to help.
No, not with that kind of roll.
Nope. Anything else?
Well, I don't want to use my bonus attacks, my second wind or my giant might right now. So, I think, what is this right here again? The skull, is that a crab too, or?
No, it's a dead one.
That's a dead one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
skulls indicate the dead.
Oh, okay. Well,
creatures.
your future dinner for me then. All right, sounds good. All right, yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Has to make its little trip up.
Don't worry, Count. I have a good recipe for crab cakes.
I love it. I mean, right here, and he's gonna look over at the giant Pete, unafraid, small crustacean, about to make an attack. 14?
This is
Okay, again, little snap, snap, snap. It would have hurt, but you were just so big and brawly. Like, its claw literally can't find anything small enough on you to pinch. All right, that ends that grab's turn.
I've got toes bigger than that.
Yeah, and you legitimately do. All right, it's these big crabs that are a little bit more scary. And with disadvantage on hard thing. Spot, cool, no problem. He's gonna go for the Count. Hey, see what he do. Does a 10 hit? Good count.
I don't think it.
No.
Probably not.
All right. Okay, you good there, Gerald? Just double checking.
I'm sorry?
I'm just making sure a 10 didn't hit.
Oh, that it didn't hit. It's a 10, you said?
Yeah.
Does not hit.
I am good.
All right. It passes over your what should be very soft cape, but apparently is able to deflect a giant crab's claw as you almost seem to shift out of its ability to see.
But as I see the cloud coming towards me, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, it would look very good in some boiling water with some butter on it. Maybe 2 crab legs. 1, 2.
As you
See,
say
Count,
that,
I told you that Kevlar lining would work.
Yeah, right. The Kevlar cloak, whatever he's wearing. That's fantastic. As you say that and make a crab feel smaller about themselves from horrible fashion choices, a smaller crab does come up right behind you and try to bite you in the butt. Uh, 16? Actually, no, an 18 with its modifier.
Oh,
Modifier is
Wow.
adequate, isn't it?
Yep.
yeah, that means it's got a -2 for its modifier.
Yeah. Oh, so total. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. 16 actually matches. 'Cause I don't
Okay.
have my shield up.
So I don't know how you're gonna take half damage of 1, but
It would still be 1.
if you want to put 0.5 in there, I'm okay with it. Now. You take this.
It might break it.
Yeah, right. You take the single, and it just looks up at you menacingly for a small creature, if it ever could. Psycretes.
Oh no, one of my temporary hit points.
Yeah, right. Silkrate, obviously seeing that you're starting to be ganged up on these individuals, looks over and hears the sound that you all are dreading. The worm becomes a little bit closer. It is serpentine in fashion, its body wiggling and massing out of the dunes. Still haven't seen its face yet, and it dives down, but you've seen a large curl coming up, apparently inspecting all of this noise that's in its lands. Takes another step, and that ends its turn. Selkrate's very, very worried, goes, okay, we're almost there, and I need you, and he concentrates. And we're going to go into one more round of combat to see if you guys can survive before it gets his spell off. Giant crab. Hey. Organa. Attack. Pause. 16 hit?
Yep.
Okay, that's for 4 bludgeoning damage. It rips into like it just bats away. It actually one of its smaller legs, trying to find purchase on this beautiful statue, actually stabs you into the thigh. And its turn. Looking at this creature that just assaulted you in your, I don't know why I've just made you fashionable in my head, but very nice garment. Yeah, yeah. Has ruined it, and it shall never look the same again. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. Fantastic. See it in the chat. So you're going to add your dexterity modifier?
13 plus.
That's awesome. 13 plus dex. So when you cast your mage armor, what does it look like? Because you got to like grab yourself, right? So touching no, I didn't mean it. I mean, like, so what does it look like when you cast a spell?
So she just like rubs her face from her forehead and brings it down to her lip and kind of, bites her finger a little, and a bright white shimmer comes across her entire body and kind of flickers in and out.
Almost showing that you're not, like almost not here, like an after image. You can see channeling through, through your body, confusing the crab and anything else that would like to attack you. Would you like to do anything else?
Yes, I am going to move.
Right. Right.
Want to give a big shout out to K Bosch for just liking the Pop Culture Cosmos page on Facebook. Thank you so much.
All right. Moving out of there, you will get an attack. You will get an attack and opportunity on you.
Getting closer to that 1,000.
18 is an 18 hit with your new AC.
I will use my reaction and cast shield as well to make that miss.
All right, fantastic. You drop the shield as your shimmering body. He still seems to have found the center of your mass. An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have a +5 attack bonus to your AC, including against the Turgian attack. You take no damage from this. It's just too strong. As that same kind of glittery white light that was making part of your mage armor, you reach in to your lapel and bring it out as a actual shield of pure light as you flee, taking no damage. Then your turn.
That will be my turn.
Very angry about his prey leaving him in such a flourish way, he'll go up and find somebody that's a little bit less flourish, our giant Goliath friend, and try to have a actual mono fight here.
Furry-ish, I love it.
Does a 12 hit you?
Ew. Get away.
Yeah, right. Although, if a crab could have an emotion, he looks happier to be fighting on equal ground with somebody that also just wants to kill it. All right, that does end its turn. Hilda, what are you up to?
I got my magic stones. I got 2 left.
Sure do. What do you like to do with them?
I'm gonna throw it at this one. I just moved it over. So right at that one. Throw it there. So 2 hit.
A 6, not able.
Not
pass
just a
this.
6. No.
That one. Yeah, right. You
I
did.
hit myself
Yeah,
in
right.
the forehead.
So, like, as you're like, you have these 2 stones that are still circling you, right? But like I can see you almost as a satyr being like fun with them, letting them go through your goat legs as they do, and you go to cast one, you forget that it was directly behind your head as you cast it, sitting it, knocking you forward, not to a damaged degree, but definitely your ears are a little bit ringing.
Be forward, right into Pete's butt.
Well, probably he probably thinks that's a healing spell, so that's fine.
That Morgana again?
Yeah, right.
Hey, wait,
speaking
where's
of-
that feeling at?
Yeah, right. All right. Speaking of Pete, that
Not
just
even
got
injured.
at this point his most underwhelming ass slap he's ever had. It is.
Burns might have.
Yeah, right. That's very underwhelming,
So-
Pete. It was not like
so
a lot.
the giant crab that's just to the south of me, is that injured?
It is. It is. It's looking. I mean, you can see cracks in its carapace. You can see that one of the claws, the back claws, have been separated from the body. Still limping along, but definitely injured.
All right. That is the one I will attack then.
If you're looking for the hot button line, it is not bloodied yet.
Okay. Well, I am using my long sword this time. Since I'm in melee range and don't have to jump down off of the statue. Hopefully I'll hit it. Really? Really? It had to be the 3, not the 18.
Yeah. It actually, as you're coming down with your weapon, it picks its claws, it stops it in just like midair and reels back to attack again. It's locked in combat with this angry crab. Anything else you'd like to do?
Try. See, I told you I used all my good rolls on my perception checks. And as soon as I get into combat, it's all crap.
Although you saw a lot of things before you were stabbed by them.
Yeah. Well, I have danger sense now anyway because of the net of warning.
That is very true. Hard to. I love that. I like them. In your turn, Pete?
Unfortunately, can I kick it or something?
Oh yeah, you haven't
With the
moved.
bonus action?
Use your bonus action if you'd like.
All right, we'll call that unarmed strike, but I'm actually just kicking the thing, trying to kick it off of the statue here.
So it's an unshoot strike.
Yeah,
All right.
does a 19 hit it?
19 definitely does. Roll some damage for me. All right.
That's
it.
only 3, but he pissed me off with not
sure
letting
does.
me hit it with the sword.
Thank you.
At least I did something. I feel
Yeah.
a little better about myself.
It does. It's looking like as your foot goes through the front of it, you can see its 2 protruding eyes that are on stalks actually cross-eye as your boot just goes right through the front of it, not destroying its pincers or its mole, but the eyes are now like crossed. Serious damage has happened.
I'm gonna tie him into a knot next time.
Leave this room. Should be right. Yep. Aha! I've learned how. Aha! I've learned how to hit more buttons. That
I thought about doing a smite on it, but I'm like, they got that really big thing coming towards us. This is just a crab. I'll be all right.
Hey, Rob.
Hey,
Bruce, you're up.
Yeah.
Sylvan is like speaking to animals, yeah?
It's
Or just
like
what?
it's sort of like high elf type of thing. It's old elvish,
Okay.
the way I look at it.
So, like, animals understand it, some of them or
I think some do,
crap.
but it's not like being a druid or how using the spell speak to animals, or I should say like being a firbolg.
Sure.
Because firbolgs can speak to animals.
That won't work then. So I am going to chuck a javelin at the one I have highlighted.
Sorry.
One highlighted?
The highlight didn't come through on our screen.
Yeah, it only shows up for you.
Body on it above there.
Yeah, I can see it. No problem. So a 15 does match. So it's going to do half damage. So that is going to come down to 4 points of damage.
And that's my turn.
Hey, Rob, are you going to take a break at the top of the hour?
Yes, I am. I can take a break
5
now.
o'clock? No, I don't need it right now. It just I got to feed the dogs at 5 o'clock.
Yep, no problem. Sorry, I don't have a clock. Far away from that.
7 minutes.
Okay, yeah, no problem. We'll just get through probably this round of combat and see what happens after that. Okay, definitely taking the hit. See, the crab, if it was angry, would have been. Anything else for your team?
That's it.
Okay. Small, angry crab. He's actually going to go after, which wouldn't be the worst thing possible. After Socrates, trying to disturb his concentration.
So
Thankfully, a 9 doesn't. He just goes with his silver talon toe, scoots it away, not taking any damage. The counts. How many crabs do you want for dinner?
There's one right in front of me, right here. This little guy right here.
Of course, crab sandwich.
I do not like him yet alive. I like him dead and cooked right there in the nice pot. Yes,
You
put nice butter sauce
Move
on.
that body over that one so there's no confusion.
I'm sorry. Just remove the body?
The one, so there's a giant crab and a small crab, and so it shows the skull over the giant crab. Yeah, there you go. There's also a big crab right above me.
Let's hit the one that's right next to me right here with my what do I have here?
By the way, what do you guys think of the blood splatter? Isn't that neat?
Oh, I love it.
I have a scimitar. Let's hit this guy with the scimitar and let's see what happens.
Ah. Oh yeah, a nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Does a
Okay.
nat 28 heat?
Yes. I would love to know how you so viscerally nat 20 to tiny crab. What exactly does this look like count?
I pull out of my jacket sleeve, just in case of emergencies against crabs, my magical crab cracker. and I take my magical crab cracker and whack it over the head. And while it's done, I take it and put it in my hands and I crack it and you hear this crunch. And I go, I'm going to love this fresh crab.
Amazing.
Okay, so first of all, A, add an inspiration point to you. B, also add a magical crab cracker, +1 crab cracker into your
We're gonna-
inventory. We'll have to homebrew that after. Just don't let me forget that, because you now
+1.
See, everyone else got to talk about their backstory. You didn't. Apparently, really importantly, there was a reason why you had a +1 crab cracker.
That's right, because back in my day, I was the master seafood cook and eater of all my village.
You know a little bit more about the count.
I love that he's the
I also carry. I also carry around a little. I also carry around some little bowl of potion of water, some citrus water, and some vipes because my hands get really sticky when I eat some crab.
So you literally have a wet nap.
Yes.
That's
Hey,
right.
Count, if you just turn those into a crab imperial, it'd be less messy. You could just use a fork.
But that takes away the fun.
That's great. Yeah, this crab is dead. Make sure that we get him off of the turn order.
Yes, I know a lot of crab recipes.
I'm thinking about later on starting a restaurant and calling it like Red Lobster or maybe like Joe's Crab Shack or something. Some strange name like that. I don't know.
I don't see that working.
That is amazing.
Nobody would ever go somewhere and called Red Lobster.
Oh no.
Really?
Should I say blue?
Call it the blue crab.
There you go.
Lobster of the blue crab.
Sounds good to me.
Blue crabs are my favorite.
You're going to be
I
quite.
really want seafood.
All right. Pete does a. Right now.
Do-do-do-do-do.
The 7 hits.
No. I just push it away with my foot.
Yeah, these things are just too small to attack something like you. I think they just can't. There's just
Not really. One bit me.
Yeah, well, the big one did. The giant crab. Oh, not
Oh, was
here.
it the giant one? I thought it
No.
was a little one.
Actually, he's gonna shoot after Hilda because he hit that cross in the center, realizing at some point
No.
that the our Aarakocra or Aarakocra-like is really the important one. So.
I think I figured out how to stop it from rolling with advantage, so I'll put that on the break.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Right, for 3 points of bludgeoning as this crab, seeing a lot of his allies not only just being like killed, but apparently about to be eaten for dinner after the fact, rips into your shoulder.
So it just takes out of my temporary hit point.
Yep. All right. That ends his turn, and you hear for one more time, finally, the maul of this beast. It's close enough and rises as only the stories of majestic beasts like a unicorn, things that you've never seen. The purple, almost armorish skin that covers its back, and gray and bronze underbellies as this giant just mouth erupts around the step.
Hey, Socrates, now is the right time, buddy.
Yep, and we're gonna take that. We're gonna take that break right now.
All right.
Bye for now. Back in.
Puppies, thank you.
We'll be back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
That creature is as big as all of our tokens combined.
proud of you. Okay. I think I figured out how to stop it from rolling with advantage. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to hit save and change it. And save module setting. The fact that it took us out of that screen is why I didn't want to do it during the stream. Okay. Guts. Should stop rolling. Look at all the blood trails. So gross. So metal. Alright, I'm just gonna make a roll off of my sheet. Just stop. No, it still doesn't. Huh. Perturbed. Query for image or disadvantage. Change it. One dice. Perfect. Right. Anybody else still on mic?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, can you just roll an attack off of your sheet? I just want to see if it's going to start rolling with one dice with everybody or if it's going to keep rolling. So what should happen is you hit an attack and it should ask you if you want to roll advantage, normal, or disadvantage. Perfect. Amazing!
Yeah, we do have to fix Morgana's initiative, though.
Oh, what happened to her initiative?
It's still only giving her a +2 instead of a +7.
Oh, right, and the initiative. Even on initiative. How did you get that?
Alert feat.
Oh, it says +7. Oh, right, but it's not rolling with it, right?
Correct.
Okay, so oh, and you can, guys, pop out your character sheets if you want to, so you can minimize it. Just hit those three right beside the X when you open your character sheet. There's the 3 dots, and you'll see the option to pop out window there. That makes it.
That would work, actually.
So if you roll with initiative, it just rolls what? Or sorry, when you roll initiative?
It just rolls the initiative plus.
Okay, so in the that's just in the dice tray. If you click on a 20, you can add 7 to the roll. Do it that way for it. But that's a temporary fix. Okay. I think that's a question I'm gonna have to ask the Foundry channel on Discord.
Do you think if I change the mod plus to 5, do you think that might add it?
Yeah, I could try it and then
I'm here.
try that and then add your and then just roll initiative again and see what happens. Babe, you got about 60 seconds.
So I found out I'm supposed to have advantage on initiative also because of that net. I was trying to figure out how to do that.
Oh, okay.
Any suggestions?
On initiative. Okay, I just changed the dice rolling thing, so it should start asking you if you're rolling with advantage, disadvantage, or normal.
Okay,
When attacks, instead of just automatically always rolling with advantage,
right.
always rolling 2 dice. That might do it. I don't know.
We shall see.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the effects thing and see if there was something I could do with that. Things I'm messing with in the background. Also, I'm going to be sort of popping in and out of the room because I have to make dinner too.
Of
But
course.
Are we doing
I'll
a
have
hard
the
stop
Discord on my
at
phone.
6?
At 6, yes.
Okay. A hard stop. Hard
Green Bay.
stop.
3 tea breaks. This thing still does not have my armor class right.
Yeah, it's very strange. I'm gonna do some investigating on their Discord. Okay.
Okay, we got everyone back.
I'll be here.
God, these maps are so pretty.
Yeah, they just don't distort.
You want me to try to roll the initiative again just to see what happens?
Full initiative.
No, nothing like that. We're just playing with some stuff that has been broken that I think I might have sort of fixed. Let's stay after the game for a minute, David, when we wrap up today, and we'll see if we can troubleshoot that.
Woogie.
Okay. If you have like 5 minutes, we'll just quickly try it and see what happens.
Yeah, I think that should be fine.
Okay. All yours.
But there's a lot of blood.
Yeah, every time a thing is injured and you move the token, there's a blood trail. Awesome.
What'd you do?
I'm gonna roll this young purple plums initiative.
Okay, so right click on it. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that was beneficial.
Not for us.
Yeah, it's so great turn. It's sort of back at the top of the initiative.
So great. If this is gonna work, it's gotta work now, buddy.
I'm trying. You see, surrounding you, whatever he's been doing has been making almost like a localized storm. Like a sandstorm, almost a hurricane. Feel some energy being crowded. It's like, I'm just nearly there. A few more minutes, I swear.
Minute?
Yeah.
Moments, I mean. just survive for a few. It's his turn. Giant crab. All right. Into. He is angry at the only large other thing that has struck him on the head multiple times. He's going to go directly after you, Pete.
All right.
Look at Pete!
17 hits.
17 hits, no problem, for 6 points of bludgeoning damage as it catches your forearm in its claw, and you can feel your bones don't break, but you can feel the amount of pressure as the claw cuts into your cuts into your skin,
Maybe I shouldn't have fixed how it was rolling.
right?
Try harder next time. That got rid of my temporary hit points.
Yeah, Morgana. What is your theory? Remember, you still have those. I believe it's a D6 if you want to use it when you do your roll. It was a D8, 6, D4.
Or less, and it's only for attacks and ability checks. I think?
Saving throws. Is it saving throws or ability checks? Let me take a look right here. Saving throw or attack.
It is your turn.
So the one that's next to Bruce, the left of the screen, I'm going to try to roast him.
Okay, roasted crab. I think everyone's hungry.
I wasn't before.
Now, are you going to the one that is directly to the left of Bruce? That's where.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then get a D4 to that, but I don't know if at all.
Attack is 9. And get a saving throw. Roll.
No, that's just a ranged attack.
Yeah, right. Yep. No problem. Yep. So it just takes the 5. Yes, it does hit, roasting it for the 5. You hear a squeal, which is really disconcerting because you didn't know they could make noises as it flambés itself within its own shell, killing it. Fantastic. Good. All right, the giant crab. Looking up, he has seen the power of the crab cracker. He is unthrilled and unpleased with such an unholy object within his realm. He's going to go after the Count.
No!
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to roll that with advantage. So we'll take the lower. It still misses you, even with that advantage roll. I don't believe a 7 hits.
No!
There's pure anger in its eyes, though.
Hilda?
What are you up
There
to?
might be pure anger in his eyes, but there's certainly a lot of flavor and hunger in mine towards him. Thinking he might be a tasty treat.
It is large. It's pretty much the size of a beetle, like a Volkswagen Beetle, essentially.
This giant crab right here.
Okay.
20 hit.
20 definitely hits with 8 damage. This guy has not
Do you want me
been...
to tell you a shortcut for
Sure.
applying damage?
Yeah.
So, see, it rolled 20 damage bludgeoning. If you hover over where the 8 is, because the token is highlighted, if you just hit apply full damage to selected token, it'll take 8 right off of it. Beauty, hey?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's saving me like 5 steps.
Yeah.
That's great. Huzzah. New thing learned.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. What are your thoughts?
I'm here. Well, ain't this pickle? You hear me?
I can
What's
hear
the
you.
deal?
Okay. So I'm still going to attack that crab right to the south of me, the same one I've been going after.
Okay, let's see it happen. $13 is not going to hit, unfortunately. Again,
Let me try and kick him again.
okay. All right. Let's see that unarmored strike.
You got your
Of
D4, right?
course.
You're just gonna end up kicking this thing to death. All right.
Hey,
For how
whatever
many?
works.
For 3.
Another 3.
All right.
Any port in the storm, right?
Yeah. All right, so then I just go over and make sure that I'm doing this right because I just learned a new cool thing to do. That do it?
Would adding a D4 to that 13 help that roll?
He still hit. Oh, you mean the first one?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Possibly.
right. I forgot I had bless.
Yeah, you've been blessed. No one's added it. I found a tutorial to add bless too, Melinda.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect.
You-
Send that to me.
I will. That's fine if you want to recon that. I know it's hard to keep part of those tokens straight. So that would be a +2 to, let's look back at the chat.
So that would have made it a 15.
14, 15. I believe that matches, so it would be half of the check. It does match. So half of that damage roll.
All right. So half of 5.
Half of 5, yeah. You, how would you like to do this as you're bringing in your long sword? It already has claw sides, remember? 'cause
Yeah,
you
the
kicked-
sword would have hit first.
Hmm.
So the kick would have been the one that killed it, and I would just stomp straight down through it.
Oh,
with
you
a,
could.
with a just a because I'm so frustrated because I missed it a couple times.
Yes, bless.
That is great. You can feel what you only consider to be divine energy coming through you somehow, and your foot feels much heavier than it ever would have been. Your
Oh,
sword.
Pete's used to feeling divine energy.
Oh well,
Paladin.
then a very, very, very comfortable feeling goes through your foot as you feel the statue underneath as this crab just explodes underneath the pressure and weight that you've done killing it. Taking
Awesome.
it off.
And that'll end my turn.
All right.
Now that's a crab
Well-
cracker.
And as everybody's in the middle of battle, I shout out, "We're having crab for dinner tonight! Yes!"
We might be dinner tonight, Count.
You say that as you see this hungry maul that is just waiting to see what is going to attack first. Bruce, it is your
So
turn.
great, that's a lot of teeth. Get us out of here.
Crab
Is
for
a-
dinner!
This is a shot in the dark, but I'm gonna be like, I don't see you anywhere. I don't know if you're here, but gods, I need you now.
Okay. Channel
D 12 strength or dex, whichever is better.
Does anyone have like a boil spell? That would be really cool about right now.
Thanks or Davey. Strength or saving throw. Okay. Strength.
I don't have boil, but I have serious smite.
The
There
shot
you
in the
go.
dark because it probably has like a 13 strength, so.
A 15. There's a 13.
Oh,
beat it?
just passes.
Oh, you can
By
feel.
one.
Go for it.
Oh, that's it. He
You
just
can-
passed on.
Yeah, but you can see the spiritual vine, your God, even in this realm, being able to invoke some of that power that you've so deserving. It starts to unwrap this giant worm, and the hulk of it is just too big. As it flexes, you can see those invisible energies just fade away, not taking purchase.
That's it for me. Wait, can I hoof attack as a bonus action or?
Are you considered a large creature? If you moved, you could. No, hold on, that guy's dead. I mean, if you if you have reach, yeah, because you don't have.
Well, no. Oh, crap.
Oh, the small crab, yeah, you can hit that thing, no problem. A 24 hits. What's the damage? 7. Shatters underneath your hoof. Dying.
And I'm gonna get ready to be eaten.
Count. What are we doing here?
Ooh. We are going to. Is there still one right above me? Is that the one I killed? Or did we get rid of the one that I killed on the last one? That I critted on?
Yeah, so you are actually you are flanked right now, and I should have been using that, but
Okay. Ooh, and there's a whole lot of blood there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's go once again.
To the one to your south or to the one to your north?
Which one's, is there one that's hurt more?
South, you can see that that's definitely dripping a little bit more Anchor than the one from the top.
Okay, then let's go for that one then. Let's attack. Let's see what we got. Do I have bless on or anything like that?
13. Fortunately, is not
Add
a hit.
four.
You can, if you want to roll the d4, you do have it.
Do I roll the d4 or does he?
You roll the d4 if you want to add your bless to it.
Okay. Where is the d4?
The triangle at the bottom of the chat.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see what we got. Thank you.
Heyo.
You definitely do hit. Let's see. What is the damage you do on that?
My scimitar is a new crab cracker.
Yeah, right. Roll for damage. You hit. You can feel that bless coursing through you, guiding to what a missed shot.
Is this the magical one too?
Ooh. That's 1d6 that I roll.
What were you saying, Andrew?
Using the crab cracker would also have a +1 to hit and damage.
You want to use the grab cracker instead.
That's good. Let's try that.
4 points of damage.
But add a 1 to that because it's magical. And then whatever his modifier is too.
To absorb it, which he doesn't have, you smash into it, killing your second crab of the day.
We are going to eat well, my fellow companions. Crab on the menu tonight.
Man, you are really. I think you've killed 3 things in your turns. This is fantastic. All right. Does that end your turn?
Will I turn around? Can I still turn around and give that one a punch?
You could give it a. I mean, I think that at this point we've figured out that kicking crabs work better. But if you'd
Kicking,
like to-
yes. Let's kick the crab and see what we got.
He just like bends over and punches it.
just like.
My God.
19 hits. You guys are doing better at kicking and punching these things than you did. Roll some damage.
Which 1d6?
Yeah, whatever your plus your strength motive. No, yeah. Is it 1d6? I'm sorry, I'm not 100% sure on that. Really, anybody?
Usually just
Just be strength
Just your strength modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, just your strength modifier.
Okay. So I rolled a 5. Is that correct?
well, with unarmed strikes as a bonus action, it would just be your strength modifier.
Okay.
So whatever that is.
What is that? Where would I? Oh, modifier +3 +6.
So 3.
Yeah, so +3.
All right. Take that, you beast! I cannot wait to put you in a pot of boiling water and share it with my fellow companions.
Yep, it is looking hurt, and it does believe you and sees its death immediate if it does not get the heck out of here.
Oh, I will come after you. I think we all will.
Okay, that crab is dead. That crab is alive. Gaining the last little part of resolve he has, he's going to try to attack you, Count.
Oh no! But I will eat you with respect.
I bleed you with respect. That's what we're calling this episode, everybody. I will eat you.
Yeah. Oh no.
All right. So does an 11 hit, sir, count?
No, it does not.
All right. Okay. That ends its turn.
I am putting that in the Twitch title right now.
Yes.
I will eat you with respect.
All right. Ugh. Yep.
I'm very afraid of this.
Look down to see what's going on first. He's gonna go for Socrates.
No.
Eat me. Eat me. I'm like waving my arms.
Tears tribute.
I tell you what, Bruce, and you're not close enough, Hilda, but Bruce is. Bruce, if you want to try to invoke, because this is like a simple creature, he wouldn't know to go after the spellcaster. If you'd like to create Argo on yourself, I will allow
Yeah,
you
I'm
to
like waving my arms.
Yeah, I'll allow you to roll a d20. I'm looking for a 13 or up, and if you get past that 13, you get the aggro.
Oh.
Nope. He's gonna go for Socrates.
So we have to start the ritual all over again. Right?
If he can even create the ritual, he's gonna get eaten.
Oh. You better roll low, or I'm gonna be really upset with you.
Okay.
That 20.
He's gonna go for fight attack.
Fully expecting that 20. What the
A
crap?
lot of dice. Oh my god, a 31.
Look at Socrates.
Just killed Socrates.
I did not.
Probably not, but gee whiz.
That 30 definitely.
He also needs to make a DC 19 dex save, or he's gonna get eaten.
Or he'll take the acid damage, right?
What does it say under the bite?
Question. Let me have a quick.
21. He saves.
Oh.
Yeah, or swallowed, so he doesn't get swallowed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but okay, so this is what happens. So, like, as like you can hear Socrates causing the last part of his swell of his energy, he comes up and goes, "You must be kidding me!" And he catches like the maul of this thing, wings tipped out, and like in a T style, making it not surround you. He goes, "Come in here now!" I said, "Now to me."
Everybody runs to him.
Yeah, right. As he closes his hands, as you guys get around him, you can see him actually enlarge in your spectral vision as he brings together his wings. As the maul of this purple worm snaps all of you in one single bite, you then see the portal erupt in the center of where the worm's body would be and carry you away.
Thank God. 31. That's
A
14.
total of 40 damage.
Right?
Actually, Socrates could have taken that.
14 to hit.
Wow. Purple worms, man. They are famous for a reason.
Oh my god, they're horrible.
Yeah, right. Purple worms are horrible.
But that definitely deserves a huzzah for Socrates getting us out of that.
Huzzah. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Wow.
Huzzah!
I just love that visual of like all of you being swallowed and then immediately being transported like within the stomach of this creature. Drifting through the portals again. It is now that you've traveled with him. Actually, all of you can make me a perception or an arcana check.
Well, before we do that, we must take all the crab pieces together and make sure we can go ahead and feast tonight. That's what we need to do.
You've done well enough with your crab pinchers of terror to
Ooh, nice.
you've
I
gotten
like the
away.
toggle. Good job, Melinda.
Yeah. What was the what was it that you asked for? Arcana or
Perception.
perception? Okay.
I'm getting there. Give me a minute.
Oh, I was getting ready to just to light that worm on fire, man.
So glad we didn't have to.
Purple worms, man. It was a young purple worm. It was possible.
Just a young lad.
It was actually within your CR rating +1, so it was possible to be done. But
Gee whiz.
okay, with
Our
that,
sparks.
Pete, why are you so perceptive?
That was
I don't
Arcana.
know.
Yeah, Arcana.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was Arcana.
fantastic. So Arcana or Perception are good. Just by traveling, with the exception of Morgana, just the experience has just been too big. But everyone else has a pretty high roll, so you can realize that traveling through in this way, as you're being pushed through this portal out of the mouth and immediate gullet, that this purple worm would have just devoured you in. You explode into a realm, and you do see this portal every time. There's just a moment of this loosely constructed rock gateway that dives you in. As Pete looks back, making sure he goes, "Remember, stay close. I don't want to stop to save one of you again. That's how we ended up with the damn purple worm. All right, together, 1, 2." He brings his wings out, like allowing you to get underneath his breath of where he would be flying through, and almost curdles the very tips of it, like as if it was a hug, trying to now keep you in,
Okay.
like a young baby bird flying with his mother for this first time.
Morgana.
Yeah, right. He looks back at Morgana's the
Hey.
only one. Actually,
Don't
Morgana,
be blaming me for this stuff.
Morgana, you're gonna need one more roll because you hit a 9 this time. He looks back and he goes, "Morgana."
Just use your
What?
ultimate. Just use your ultimate.
Drifting.
Yeah, you guys are just drifting in front of this portal at this point.
You need me to roll.
But you get a roll, Morgana. You do. It's just like it's been such a
But what
weird.
is she rolling?
Oh, I'm so sorry. She's just going to do what is it either higher for you, perception or arcana. There it is.
There we go.
There it is. You actually, and the only one in your group, has figured out how to move with a nat 20, how to move through this space. You just simply look at, you look at Socrates, and you realize that that's not his size, and that maybe size and things are different in this realm, and you just think and will yourself towards him, and your body starts moving towards that. It's for the first time, especially when falling backwards through this incredible land that you've been pushed through, you actually feel very much in control. And like, okay, I now know how to walk on ice. You know what I mean? Grip with your toes. As
Because Morgana knows this, as she's getting closer and closer to the group, she's going to come past Pete, and she's going to do Cure Wounds, but smack him on his tough behind.
okay, let's get it going.
I didn't have an injury.
At this point, it's just you know
Health
what?
bar says it's low.
Hey now.
A goose from the gods. You know what I mean? Like.
He's really starting to like this.
If you guys keep it up and we get followed, the people are gonna want this ship. I mean, like
Yeah, right. So
an 11, and he maxes it. So,
Wow.
so instead of being
And that's to both of us.
yeah, right, yeah, instead of being healed, this is just a shock of energy, Pete. The smack itself felt like it was electrocuted, but electrocuted by nothing but the most friendly fireflies ever to exist.
Can I do a perception to see if Pete is blushing?
Yep, I will.
his calls for that.
Yep. Why don't we have? Are you going to try to not blush, Pete, or
Oh no. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna
it's
happen.
going to happen? 9. Or tell with the Goliath.
Yeah. Not so much.
Can't see
Pete's
that.
just
Morgana
kind of
can
enjoying
tell.
it.
Yeah, right.
Pete's just kind of enjoying it at this point.
Being bitten by a firefly, essentially what it feels like. Electricity itself shoots up through your body. and like a shot of coffee, although not healing you, revinegarizes. Not revinegarizes. This is what you do to pickles.
Only when you put them back in the jar.
You revigorize.
I want to go revinegarize something now.
I'm glad that you hung out with us. Great job at selling your tires. Okay. As that does, you do get brought in easily. Now being able to navigate this space, having a better understanding of Morgana, of what it is, and how Pete, not how Pete, how Socrates is actually moving this around. It's something different. It's not just a portal. It's the way that he moves through it. He's breaking some of the bonds where a tunnel normally would be sent. With that nat 20, that's kind of what you're starting to understand. That he's able to move through not just planes, not just locations, but maybe something else that you hadn't considered. He brings his wings in, and immediately all of you are drawn out. That same stretching feeling, the fish hook into your belly button, driving you through. But this time, everyone's at least been with Pete one time through the portals, and the chaos and movements of the winds of time and space seem to flow a little bit more easy around his wings. You've learned to stay around him, and that his distortion itself is what's forcing this. And when he decides to move into another tunnel, instead of it being a breaking thing, now that you're all with him, he's able to just guide you into maybe a hidden tunnel instead. Falling forever. It feels like 30 minutes, but probably last 10 seconds. And we end up. Yep.
Just so you know, once we land, Morgana's gonna do a nice little wink towards.
Ooh. Oh, wrong one.
What was that? I missed that, David.
Oh, as soon as we land on the ground, she like kind of makes eye contact with Pete and just gives him a wink.
That's
Okay.
awesome. All right, guys, that should have activated for you. Is anyone having a problem seeing the map, or?
I just got black right now.
Okay, just give me a second.
It said I do not own a token in the scene.
Yeah, it's all black for me. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Now I see it.
Drop your tokens on the map. People. No, I don't want to grab the orbs.
Where are we? I'm
Right here.
Ah, sorry.
I think
Yeah.
there we
Oh,
are.
these are like free in Foundry modules. It's crazy.
Serwin just sent us a heart on Twitch.
Ah, thank you so much.
That was way too early. How the hell do I get rid of that? No.
Servant,
No.
you gave us one heart. Thank
I
you.
don't know how to get rid of you.
What did you do?
I dropped an NPC that you don't know yet.
I don't see it.
We appreciate the heart.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for the heart.
Oh, no,
I think that
sorry.
we're missing some people on this map.
Actually, Morgana, I just for some reason I think I'm gonna have to delete the character sheet and then re-import everything.
Okay, so that is
So
Morgana.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna fix the picture.
I thought for a second I I was dropping one of my NPCs that wasn't there yet.
You did it right.
Morgana broke the game.
She usually does because she's overpowered. Just if anyone doesn't know, Morgana is a character from League of Legends.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Very cool.
I remember you guys talking about it first session. She joined.
Doing a couple little things. 1 second.
I kind of want to play an ADC carry.
What's the snake lady? Cassandra?
Cassiopeia,
Yeah, that's the one.
named
Now,
after
our
a
quest should be gone by
constellation.
now, right?
My favorite
Yeah.
story. All right, Pete's there. Morgana is there. Hilda is there. Count there. Bucephaly's there. Bro not. And Socrates and Jessica are there. Cool.
Where did you guys get the Jessica and Goliath token? They have the same background.
Yeah, they're from D&D Beyond.
Yeah, the Goliath, that's just their main token for Goliath. Eric as it gets.
Yeah.
I was looking for something different, but it wasn't cooperating with.
Yeah, Hilda is also just from D&D Beyond.
Are we all good at this
I think
point?
so, yep.
All right, so ripping out of this portal much in a better fashion than what you had. First of all, falling out of the sky by that beautiful, oddly ceremonial statue in the waterfall, and obviously the hostile area by the statue that seemed to be crying a portal. You do land softly in a beautiful beach. It is pristine. Touched by man, but obviously people that really cared about the way that they were going to add their own structures to the island. Hear the soft pattering of waves hitting the shore. And there is a very, very large man with a beard all the way down to his knees, huddling with some wire. You, Pete, know him as a Goliath. Not just a Goliath with a beard.
That's impressive.
He looks over and he sees that you guys have all arrived. Oh, very good. You have found more people, Pete. This is going to be fun. No, sorry. You found more people, Squawk. How did you find them this time? Hello, my friends. You may come. It's just going to be a fantastic celebration. You do not usually bring this many people anymore. Hello, little goat person. I will not eat you. Do not worry.
Hello.
Horsey man, I like you as well. You are very, very welcome. You look out, and this beach does expand for what seems to be about 2 miles. If you guys would like to make some perception rolls, I can give you more information about what you're seeing.
Oof. Apparently, all I see is the giant man.
Yeah, and you heard him here, Horsey man. Although you have a Goliath in your team, he is taller than you, Pete, which is impressive.
Yep. I'm just staying close to Jessica.
Okay.
And Socrates.
Morgana, finding her feet, really kind of coming to her own in this own little traveling system. You start to see that there are structures that are built into the forest on this coastline. They seem to be more like, I would call them tiki huts. Strange pipes are coming out of them, though. All of this organic building seems to be built within some kind of lattice work of somebody else's master plan that connects all of these little buildings together. The Goliath, with that 18, it is weird. You do know that Goliaths do not grow facial hair. This one seems to have been able to. He also has a bright orange mohawk. I mean, it's just huge and goes up from his head about close to half a foot. Perfectly done. And he has a big hammer sitting next to him that seems to glow with an iridescency that does not, which would say that was just heated from a forge, yet you do not see a forge around. You also see that he is topless, shirtless, sitting in the sun. Whatever he's working on, his giant fingers and hands seem to not be able to work on something so delicate. Yes, you've brought the ragtag people. I remember. I remember the first time I saw you bring people. Who are these people?
I'm the
He walks up way too close. Him Spragrump, and gives you a big hug.
uh, too tight. Too tight. Can't breathe. Can't breathe.
Breathing's a problem for you. I will fix breathing problems.
Yes,
No problem. Pats you on the head, walks over to the count.
that was
Person in nighttime gowns. Who are you?
hey, Gerald.
Wasn't he
Yes,
talking-
Van, dude.
Wasn't he talking to Socrates?
Yes.
Has Socrates replied to him at all?
Well, no, he's just essentially meeting you guys.
What would I want to say? I'm in
How
count.
does like Socrates' attitude look towards him?
I'm humbled to be in your presence. I am just but a lowly count that loves and enjoys to eat crab.
A crab eater.
Would you like some crab? I have a ton of crab here in my coat. I'm going to make it later tonight for all my companions. Would you love to join us?
Believe that you're going to make great friends with everyone here. He already enjoys seafood, doesn't he, Socrates? Little Bertie, come let me scratch your bill. Walks over to Socrates. There is an obvious friendship. And looking at Socrates, you realize that he's just done something quite difficult, trying to get you out of where he was, and looks very wary, but very happy to see this person there. Come. Must tell me why. I'm so tired, little Bertie. What has happened, and why have you brought these amazing friends that I have not met, all of them, to our island? Socrates points to the girl. It's still hanging on to you, Persepolis. She does let go of your long leg. Goes, hi. I'm Jessica. She goes, yes, you are. Would you like to be taller than you are? And he lifts her up and just puts her on his shoulders as if it was like a walking around a 2-year-old.
Terrifying for a child.
Yes.
So now she's like 9 feet in the air.
Does not the air smell better up there? Or rain from people's private parts? I've always found it better.
Stinky though? Does he smell?
Oh, this guy? No,
Okay.
he really doesn't. In fact, if you can make a perception roll if you have to know more of his physicality. Actually, well, no, you don't have to make a perception roll. The giant beard is what really sets him apart from and I think at all points you guys understand that this is a Goliath.
So me, the player, is wondering if he has a belt of dwarven kind.
There's some dwarfish aspects about him. You could ask him more about that, but he seems to it seems to be natural. The only clothes he's wearing are what seems to be Smith's slacks, which would be really thick leather things that
Right,
would cover the bottom part of your body as you're working at a smithy.
It's kind of like assless chaps.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, yes, he is not assless. He's just he doesn't. There's already a ridiculous character enough without making him assless.
Thank you so much to Kevin and Jacob for liking our Facebook feed. Appreciate it on Tabletop
Awesome.
RPG Paradise. Love that group. Thank you so much.
Very cool. He goes, we can sit here or go to the village. I mean, obviously you have quite a tale to tell, little Bertie friend, and your new compadres.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
To the village?
I suppose. Let's go.
Ah, good. We shall go this way. He starts leading you down. It is beautiful in every way, shape, or form. Especially coming out of that sun-drenched landscape of the desert before, stifling and being attacked by creatures that you didn't even provocate. Here feels like a place of peace. It is the Molca showers if you're from Hawaii. Hey, Mitch. Hope you're listening. Hope you're having a good time. It's the idea of growth and the idea of the solitude that sand and surf can only bring. He's pointing out little landmarks as he walks through, and he gets over here. Everyone kind of follows him. I'm sorry, Bruce. I didn't mean to grab the wrong token. I didn't realize if you wanted that or not. Brucey?
Sorry, I was responding to Morgana.
I'm lost. I do not see me.
You don't see your character?
Zoom out.
I see him now. Come back.
Morgana's gonna hop on Bruce and rub her foot because the crab hurt it.
That's fair. Aw.
I moved through a wall.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
I cannot wait to sink my teeth into this crab.
The big rock was in my way.
Speaking of which, feast, he points out, and there is a old gentleman behind him.
The 2,000-year-old man.
Hey guys, I got a dog problem.
Just give us like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Olaf.
He is the most fearsome of all chihuahuas.
Aren't they all though?
Oh my gosh, no, but Olaf does push-ups while he eats. It's the
Oh, that's awesome.
funny. Yeah. He doesn't move closer to his bowl. He just reaches to it and then takes a bite and stands back up. It's so funny.
Wow.
So he's yoked.
Yeah.
That's almost as good as the dogs who, like, when they're puppies, their butt goes up in the air while they're eating.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure that must have been the case with Olaf when he was a pup. Like, it's so funny.
Oh God, we're
Surprisingly, my dog Odin, 125 pounds, does that when he's eating sometimes. He doesn't lift it up that high, but he lifts his back legs off the floor because he's old and his hips are bad. So it hurts when he puts pressure on him. But oh my God, 125-pound dog that can do a front handstand.
Yeah. Yeah. Olaf is just so funny.
got 10 more minutes on this, so I'm just going to throw in the last little piece. So as he's like explaining about the island and whatnot, he goes, I believe that have another visitor. And you look up and you all see the same kind of port that you've all been traveling through and land a giant mess of fur. Yeah, huh? Swear that you hear the sound of steel itself singing, the hum of the forge in Death Incarnate. Up stands a fairly well dressed and oddly enough bugbear. He looks up at the porter and goes, "Send me back, bird. I am not yet destroying my enemies." And looks around and goes, "And who the hell are all of you?"
Oh my God.
Are you going to show them who it is?
Yep.
Oh my God. I think I already know. This is awesome.
And
Oh.
Randall Steelhum stands
I
before.
was going to say Mr. Steelhum has arrived.
Yep. Just to let you guys know
Holy
ahead of time,
shit.
I am, the whole point of this game is it's filled with only my actual PCs. So on all of your games, I'm going to take all of my PCs and those are going to be your NPCs. So if you love
Wow.
Sweetness, if you love Grandel, if you love Imbibe, if you love Botsky, for some people that have heard me on different campaigns. Yeah, if you, I mean, all of these things, I've knitted together a completely ideal campaign to steal all of those characters back and let you play with them.
Wow. So I just have
Nice.
to ask, as a meta question, is this before he all the things that we've gone through with After Haven.
Now that I've dropped the secret, we now have to go and talk to everyone and figure out at what point am I stealing these characters from.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the idea. At one point or another, all of these characters have been leached into this idea of fate, and this is it actually goes completely against Melinda's Wizards and Wine campaign. That's who we're fighting. We're fighting her actual hero.
Yeah,
Wow.
so Wizards and Wine in season 2, I made my first attempt at doing any kind of homebrew, and it was this really cool world that Robbie and I built together, and then I populated it with all of these NPCs and stuff. So it's going to be the two worlds are going to collide in a really cool way, and it's really neat. I'm really excited for this.
Me too.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
And guys, thank you so much for joining us at Pop Culture Cosmos. So many throws out to all the people that have not just tuned in, but also give us those thumbs up. That really makes a difference. It gets us in front of more people. And if you like what we're doing and you have no one else to talk to about it, that doesn't do anything. So invite your friends, get them into our podcast. Also, if you want some of the opportunities to join some of our cool stories, that is also available. Now you can find that at the Pop Culture Cosmos as well. It has been fantastic. Any other?
Hey, Rob,
snap-
I was just looking at Twitch, and there's 8 people right now watching.
They've been there for a while too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Well, Cynthia's one of them. I know that one. I know her screen name and her now.
Well, before we leave, I just want to mention that until your next adventure or until your next time coming back to this, we are going to be cooking some crab. Delicious crab legs.
Crab bowl down by the shore, y'all.
And I can make even some crab cakes if there's an oven nearby.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us on Twitch or any other places. This story, this was pretty much the exposition just to get us to this island. This is where I've been writing from in the first place. So if you've enjoyed the story so far, this is when it gets turned up to 11, and I'm not going to take my foot off the gas. If anything, if you're a listener, I'm going to make you exhausted. That's the idea. And it's only because I'm also surrounded by some of these amazing DMs that play incredible stories, and they've been so sweet about allowing me to DM with them. So that'll be my send off for the day.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! 3, 2, 1,
Huzzah!
0.
Right, I think that we're off stream on our side. Okay, who else needs to get off? I think.
I will end the show now.